Inkie peeps, it's Adele from Inkie Quill, and I thought I would show you a new little purchase that I made, and we're going to make something together today. So you can play along at home if you've got one of these new American Craft sticker books, or just grab some stickers from your stash that kind of coordinate together. And we're going to actually use our stash, because that's my goal for this year, is to use up some of the stuff that I've got and not just keep things looking beautiful in their packets on the shelf, which I know that we fall guilty of sometimes. So today we're going to make some little filler cards, and I call these Project Life filler cards because that's what I use them for, but you can easily turn these in to make them a little bit bigger and make them as card fronts if you like card making. You can also use them as embellishments on scrapbook pages or on art journal pages, so don't feel just because I've titled this Project Life that if you don't do Project Life you can't use this stuff. So you can always use it in other ways. So what I've done is I have cut some of my 6x6 paper pads, because that's another thing that I would like to use up. And I've also gone through my stash of Project Life cards and picked out some pretty patterns, because today I'm going to try and use some of these stickers to create some filler cards that I could use whenever I feel like I'm on a time crunch, because they're great just to shove in the pockets when you want to make something but you don't have much time. So I only got 2 of the sticker books. I'm a bit cranky at my local Spotlight. So Spotlight is our craft store here in Australia, and they had them advertised from Wednesday. I went in on Wednesday and they weren't on the shelf. I thought, okay, maybe my store's a little behind, that's all right. There was no one around to ask. I asked at the front counter and they had no idea what I was talking about, so I thought, okay, I'll check in a few days' time. I went in on, I think it was Saturday, and no, it was Monday. I went in the following Monday and they still weren't there, so I saw someone, I grabbed them. I didn't actually grab them, but I got their attention and they said, oh yeah, those arrived. I found them on Friday. They're behind the counter. So luckily I asked. They had all of the new American Craft sticker books there. I only got these 2. I felt like these were the 2 that kind of went most with my style. So this is the One Canoe 2 one. And I mean, it's got a lot of things that I may not use, but I'm going to share some of it with Aaron. Aaron was really excited about this page. And where's the circly one? There's one that's got this one. He loved these, so I think I'm going to share them with him. And then of course I got the Maggie Holmes, and I kind of wish I got 2, but they were I think they were $17 on sale here. And I just thought, if I get 2, I'm going to get sick of them, because they're from, the stickers that are in here are already collections that have come out. So these were those puffy stickers from, oh, you're testing me now. I don't know what the collection was called. It wasn't Gather. You're probably yelling it at the screen. But it was from a while ago, and I'm already a little bit sick of them. So I decided to only get 1 in my new motto, to use what I have and not get sick of it. Uh-oh, baby. Oh no, look, the baby's standing. I'm going to have to close my door so he can't hear me. Hang on, I'll be back. So it turns out that I can't speak while Archie's trying to have a nap because I'm too loud for him. So I've sped this up 2 times and done a voiceover instead. So I have my big chunky pile of papers, and my first top tip with doing this little project is just grab whatever your gut instinct is. So there are 50 things in this sticker book that could go with this card, but if I sat there and went through every single one, we would end up with 1 card after 24 hours worth of work. So I think the important thing is to just go with your gut. The great thing about using sticker books, or if you don't have a sticker book, collection of stickers from the same company is quite often the colours are all the same, or they have the same kind of vibe, I guess you could say. So anything really could coordinate together. So I'm just adding a few little stars, and I decided to add to this sticker book because I like things that have a bit of 3D-ness, and I felt like I needed some, I've got my little mini stars, I've got my little mini hearts that I got off eBay, and I grabbed 3 packs of enamel dots. So I've got a blue, a pink and a red, and there was one other thing that I had. What was it? Oh, I did grab my little container of wood veneer, but I don't think I ended up using it, maybe. So I'm just grabbing my black Staedtler pigment liner in 0.3 because I've lost the 0.1 again, and it's just standard Adele at this point to lose that pen. I see it every couple of weeks, use it for a day, and then it vanishes into the black hole that is my craft room at the moment. So I'm doing some Hardy Shine, shake, 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 shake. Shake your Hardy Shine, shake your Hardy Shine. If you're ever having a sad day, it's fun to just shake something and sing the Shake Shake song. Just grab anything. It could be a bottle of juice. It could be the washing basket filled with washing. I've done that and it shakes everywhere, but it cheers you up a little bit. So now I am on, that was a tangent, my gosh, Adele. So I'm going through to the second card now. Now this was quite a busy background. I did struggle. I have the 12 by 12 paper pad. I think this was Chasing Dreams, this paper maybe. And I have the 12 by 12, no, it's not Chasing, maybe it's Gather, I don't know. The 12 by 12 paper is beautiful, but I found it very overwhelming, and so I decided to cover up a portion of this with a mini doily, which is from an old one from Doodlebug Designs. I'm not sure if you can still get them anymore, but they're very cute. And I decided to do a little cluster with that square. Now, that beautiful butterfly page there, I am going to brave my fear of butterflies and do a 12 by 12 wedding layout. I think I have an idea in mind for those butterflies, so I'm trying not to use the see-through ones, because I should add, in these sticker books, there's pages that are clear, they're clear, so the stickers are see-through as well. I'm pretty sure those butterflies are one of those pages. So I decided, that's the other thing I had, my little gold hearts and stars. You know I can't do anything without those. I should add, I bought these sticker books. They weren't sent to me or anything. I paid, I think it was $17 for each one. And I just really wanted to show you because I have quite a few sticker books from other companies. So I know Mambi do some for planners, and Amy Tangerine has had a couple of them. And there's another one that I have. Who's it from? Oh, Diane Reevely has a new one for her diary release, I think. And I use a couple of stickers and then they just sit around. So I really wanted to do a project that kind of used a big chunk of the sticker book at one time, but you'll see when I flick through it at the end, it honestly looks like I've used like 5 stickers and that's it. So here's my advice. If you are looking to buy one of these, only buy one. Only buy like one of the design. I really love it. It's very handy. I do wish that there were I wish there were some more kind of layerable pieces that aren't flags. There's a whole lot of these little flags in the booklet, but I kind of wish there were a few more bigger items. There's the big rectangles, but I wish there were the cute note paper ones, and like this little pink piece but without the writing on it, because I wouldn't want to cover up the writing. The pros for these sticker books are that they're very pretty. They have lovely gold foiling on them. One con that I have is this Maggie Holmes one particularly. Everything kind of has a grey tinge to it, so all the tiny word stickers look very grey, and I really wish they were just a bright white. I think just because of the way they've printed them as well, even the white doesn't look white, if that makes sense. Everything just kind of looks a bit greyish, and I much prefer a bright white, and I think it coordinates with their paper a little bit better if it was a bright white too. So this one I decided to do as a bit of a journaling card. So I've put that little label there so that I can come back and do some journaling later on. I actually have a secret plan for some of these cards. I'm sending some little packages to my Chatterbox patrons, which are the top tier. We do a Google Hangout every month, and I'm sending them a little parcel of goodies, and I think I might include a couple of these. So girls, if you're watching this video, expect to see some of these soon. So next up, this is a really pretty card, and it's actually from, I have a feeling it's from a Mambi, is it Mambi? I think it was a Mambi, really small pack of pocket cards, and the thing that I love about them is that they don't have rounded corners. Everything has rounded corners. I did, however, just see that Becky Higgins has released a new core kit called Project 52, which has the pocket cards for the whole year. That's why it's called Project 52. And I have to laugh. It's called Project 52 Rad. It's the word of the year, and it has square corners, so I won't be buying it. No more core kits for me, but it's, if you're new to Project Life, you may like to look at it. It is a little cartoony for my particular taste, but there were some of the cards I really liked as well. But honestly, if you're new to Project Life, you don't need to buy cards. You can make a lot of them yourself, or you can just buy these small packets of cards, like the Mambi ones have small ones where I think you get about maybe 30-40 cards, which is more than enough to get you started. This one I ended up really loving. Sorry, Chatterbox girls, I don't think this one's going to leave my stash, but I don't often pair blue and yellow together. I don't know why I don't pair blue and yellow together. I kind of see it as school colours, I guess, because the school that I taught at, their colours were blue and gold, and it just reminds me of school, so I don't put it together. Let me know in the comments, do you have a colour combo that you just don't use in your creative endeavors for some reason or another? Just blue and yellow is not one that I go for, but I love the way it turned out. Another thing about these particular sticker books is that the stickers are extremely thin. So if you've bought the other crepe paper Maggie Holmes sticker sheets before, they are far from that quality. They're very thin, and you'll see, I think it's the last card that I do because I got too frustrated and I didn't want to do anymore. Some of the stickers, the complex ones, like the words, are a little difficult to get off the sheets, so keep that in mind, that you may need a bit of extra time to actually get the stickers off the sheets. So this next one I decided to leave very open for some journaling, and I said journaling really weird then, with a bit of a zhuzhy journaling. I decided to use these plus signs because they're, honestly, the green and grey combo is another one that I don't often go for, and so I thought by putting them together I might be more likely to enjoy using it. I don't know. I was trying to do something a little bit different, and I think that's the good thing about these sticker books, is that there's so many stickers that you can take a risk and not worry about using up all your supplies. So this one I kind of left as a big journaling one, and I'm using some of the clear plus little signs, and I like to overlay those over the other ones so that it looks a bit more grounded. I always say that when I overlap stuff, it kind of grounds it and doesn't make it doesn't make it seem like everything is just floating around. So that's that one all done. Next up, a really pink one. So this was a very bright background, not as bright as the next background, but I needed some more kind of neutral elements to use, and I know that that's kind of not what crepe paper is all about, but it would have been nice to have some kind of just some plainer stacking pieces that I could have used. So I'm using these little plus signs and putting them all along the bottom. Next time I do this, I may also just use some, not white cardstock, but maybe some grid cardstock or grid paper, I guess, or some wood grain, something that was a bit more neutral. So this one here, do I fight with, oh, the gold ones are very hard to get off. I did rip a few of them as well. But so far I'm really glad that I bought the sticker books. They're fun to use. They're different. They are different. So now I'm doing a bit of a doodly border, not that you can really see it, but I just felt like it needed something to connect this top part to the bottom part. And my idea for this card is that there would be a photo that would go there. There's a few icons in here that I think I'm going to struggle using. The bows, I do struggle with the crepe paper bows, and the bees. I don't know how to use the bees. If you've ever done a layout with the bees, let me know what you did, because I don't like bees, and so I'm not really going to reach for them, I guess. So this one's almost done. Just a really sweet little journaling spot, and then probably a space for a 2x3 photo in there. So that one's all done. Next up, this ended up being one of my favorites. It was quite a busy one, and I did something silly. Was this the silly doily one? Might be the silly doily one. I accidentally left two doilies stuck together and didn't realize until the very end, until I'd already stuck things on top. So I had to fix that up. But I decided to use these scripty letters because oh, no, I don't. Oh, where's it going to go? Back it goes. I changed the words. The great thing, because they're on clear, it looks like you've actually written it on the doily, which is impossible to do. It's very, very difficult to write on doilies. They just seem to bleed, and with all of the bumps and lumps, it's not brush script lettering's best friend to have bumps and lumps. So this one kind of did throw me a little bit. I felt like it needed an extra something. I couldn't do a doodly border around the hello today, so I did struggle a little bit, just kind of umming and ahhing about what to do next. But in the end, I do just do a bit of a doodly border, and I think I do some Heidi shine possibly, and maybe some tiny words. Yes. I do kind of wish that beautiful gold alphabet had an entire page to itself. That's very greedy of me, but I do wish that there was an entire page of those tiny beautiful gold letters, because I think that's the one thing, as well as the page of florals, that I'm going to hoard out of this sticker book. And I'm trying not to, but I don't think I used any of the florals in this. They're just too pretty. I also want to have a go at making some layouts with them as well. So I did actually fast forward this part here up 4 times fast, because it took a long time to stick down all of these letters, and then I do decide, I think on this one, to outline them as well. I found that they were very thin, like actually thin, not just the paper thickness, and they weren't standing out enough for me, so I do outline them just very, very badly with my Staedtler pigment liner. I grabbed some washi from my stash because I'm not trying to use it up, but it would be really nice by the end of the year if I had finished 2 rolls of washi. Let's set that as a challenge for the group. By the end of the year, bonus points if you can get 3 rolls used, and you can't cheat and use one that has only got like 30 centimeters left on the roll. But if you could use up 2 rolls of washi tape, 3 if you're amazing, you get bonus points and a cheer from me. I'm adding a little doodly border, and I only do it halfway, and I think that looks really cute around the letters, but you can see that it's just missing having the letters outlined. They're kind of blending in a bit too much, and by outlining the letters, it also ties in the doodly border a little bit more. So while I'm doing this quick life update, it's February. Well, it will be. It's not yet. It's still January while I'm doing this, but it will be going up on the 1st of February. The year has just flown by so much. I think I've had maybe I've had 2 work days in the last couple of weeks, so things are starting to get back to normal. Everyone's health is all right, touch wood, at the moment. If you've been following the family health struggles, actually I'm not well. I've done something to my back, and if you watch our vlogs, you'll know that my back has been an ongoing issue. Basically, since we started packing up to move, it started to get worse. And it got really, really bad last week. So I just went and had some spinal x-rays and blood tests to rule out arthritis, and just to try and find out what is going on. I'm just waiting for the results of that, which is always fun to do. But yeah, my back's just not good. But touch wood, everyone else seems to be fine, I think. My mum is going in for day surgery in a few weeks' time, so that'll be Nana, Dad and Mum all in hospital within a 6-week window. Touch wood, Aaron and I and Archie don't need to go either. But yeah, it's just been one of those crazy times, but I'm feeling good, and definitely the last week I feel more back to normal and getting normal things done, I guess you could say. Here's a bit more of a life update. I'm looking out the window as I do this voiceover, and it's freaking cold today. It's lovely. So we're smack bang in the middle of summer. Summer goes till the end of February, and usually February is horrible. It's the first week back at school, first month back at school after our summer holidays, and it's usually horrible, but I am liking this 20 degrees Celsius weather. I actually have a light jumper on today, which I know may not seem like much, but wow, it's a lot when you're in the middle of Aussie summer. So let's get back to actually what you probably want to hear about. I had to film this over 2 different days during Archie's naps, and he's going really well with the sleeps at the moment. We tried this new it's a book, because we were having a lot of issues with his day naps, which I think wasn't helping my inky mood, because I felt like every time I went to film a video I was rushed. I was under pressure to, is he going to sleep more than 20 minutes, is he not? And so now I kind of know his schedule to the T. Well, babies change all the time, but 80% of the time he follows the same schedule, and he now sleeps through the night, which is fantastic. It's fantastic for Mummy and Daddy as well as for Archie. But yes, I filmed this over I think it was 2 40-minute naps, which was very, very nice. So I think that the main takeaway points from this little project: you don't need a sticker book to do it. Just grab some coordinating stickers that you want to get through, you want to get used, and some papers that go along with them. The main takeaway things are that go with your gut. Stick whatever your eye first falls on and goes, ooh, because we all have that inner voice in our head whenever we see something that we like that goes, ooh. So go with the ooh. And then also limit your supplies. That's, I think, something that as the hoardy scrapbookers that some of us are, me included, we like our stuff. We really do. And sometimes we like too much stuff, which clouds our ability to get projects done. And I've really realized that probably the last 6 months, I would say, I've really realized how beneficial it can be to limit your supplies, Don't get rid of half your craft room, but just while you're doing a certain project, if you get out a few sticker sheets and try and use those as much as you can, unless you have something that's absolutely perfect that you know you can just quickly grab, don't try and grab another thing to add to your supply stash. So my big tip would be to grab your sticker book and then grab a few little other sprinkly embellishments, some enamel dots or some sequins, or if you like Nouveau drops or wood veneer, just something small that you can add to the page. Nothing too big and chunky like chipboard or big ephemera piece, like really big things. You want tiny little sprinkly bits. So I was considering using these bunnies on one of the cards, but I decided to leave it and save, because there's only 2 in the pack, and save them up for specific times when I know I've got bunny photos, because a lot of the time was when I photograph the bunnies, there's a really empty spot down, like up the top corner of the photo, because their heads are smaller than their bodies, and there's usually a gap. So I decided to leave the bunnies for now. These gemstones, I actually really love this card. I do struggle with gemstones. They go in the same category as zebras, giraffes, pineapples, flamingos, bees. They're a little bit harder to use for me. I think I'm quite generic in my embellishments with scrapbooking. If you haven't noticed, I do like a good heart. I like a good floral. And when there's these other things, because hearts and flowers, I feel like they're a lot easier to decorate with because they're decorative items already, whereas and I guess gemstones are decorative as well, but they're a little bit harder for me to use. But I think when you have those items that are harder to use, if you can use all of them up in one go, it's a lot easier, rather than just putting one gemstone here, one over there, if you're having trouble with them. I think I might have to do that with the bees. Maybe, let me know in the comments. I might be able to do a layout or something with a bee pun. So like, don't worry, be happy, but do bee as in buzzy bee. Let me know if you've got any bee puns, like phrasey quote things, and I'll see if I can come up with some sort of layout over here. So this one, I imagine that it could be used as a filler card, or you could just add a label and do some journaling down the side there. Just a pretty little card. So I'm trying to add some tiny words because I did feel like it needed something else. It really didn't, but my brain was telling me to put something else on, so I tried not to think about it too much, and I just did it. I just bit the bullet and I did it. So I'm adding some Heidi Shine, and I very stupidly put these all on top of each other after doing them, and a lot of the Heidi Shine did smudge or get stuck to the card in front of it. So if you're doing this activity, please work in a larger space so that you can actually lay out your cards if they're still wet. What you can't see in this video is that the rest of my desk, apart from this small, probably 12 inch by 12 inch square on my desk, everything else is covered in an avalanche of supplies, and I desperately need to clean it up. Last night I was going to try and clean up my craft room because I have a work day today and I want to try and get in and film as much as I could, but last night we finished all the housework and dinner and it was already 9 o'clock, and I just went, no, I need to go to bed, because I thought it'd be better to go to bed and feel a bit more refreshed. So after I film this voiceover, Archie's going to get picked up and go for a little grandparent day, and I'm going to get stuck in and give myself 20 minutes only to clean my craft room. I have sped this little bit up 4 times as well. If you think that I'm going extremely quick, it's an illusion. It's 4 times sped up. But yeah, if you're ever feeling like your mojo is a little bit low, try and give yourself I watch these things on YouTube called 10-minute tidies. And unless you're a boring person like me, you're probably not going to really find them fun. But there's sped up time lapses of people cleaning for 10 minutes. And I'm not OCD. My house is a shambles. I'm not a clean freak. But they're good motivation to put on while you yourself do a 10-minute tidy. So I set my alarm for 10 minutes and I see as much cleaning as I can do in one specific little area. So after I do this video, I think I'm going to give myself a 10-minute tidy just for my desk space and ignore the boxes that are on the side of my room. I still haven't finished unpacking, guys. We still have our Christmas tree up. This is the last week of January that I'm recording this in. We still have our Christmas tree up. So that gives you a bit of an idea of how little time we've had free in January. That's, I think, this weekend's job, because next weekend, so the second weekend of February, I am going to teach at a scrapbook retreat, which will be very, very fun. And that will be 3 nights away. I think it is. Yep, 3 nights away. And I'm teaching 4 different classes. And I was thinking of I need to make some samples for the class. And I was thinking of making a process video for you guys, making them so you kind of get a peek into what the class is. So I might do that today as well. So that will be very, very fun. And then at the end of February, I'm so excited. I'm going away for a girls' weekend with 3 of my scrappy friends, and we're just going to scrapbook in an apartment for 3 days. It's going to be amazing. And it'll just be really nice, because I've gone to crops and I've gone to retreats and, big things where there's lots of people and people I don't know, but I've never done just a weekend with immediate, close friends, and I'm very excited about that. So I might even do like a little behind the scenes sneaky peek as to what I make, or when I get back I'll do because I won't be filming any of the projects that I do. I might do a flip through, like a little review of what I did while we were there, and show you what I got up to. But I'm going away with a couple of friends. If you're an Aussie scrapbooker, you will know them, because 2 of them have their own scrappy companies, and one of them is on design teams, and she's incredible. So yeah, stay tuned to see my away adventures in a few weeks. These red doilies are something I've sat in my stash, because red isn't a colour that I typically go for, and I often jump at the chance to use red when I can, and so by pairing it with these flowers, it was just the perfect way to use a sneaky supply that I don't often use. I have also added some tissue paper that was also lying on my avalanche of supplies on my desk, and put that on as well to this little one. Also, while I'm at the retreat in a couple of weekends' time, I'm going to I have some rough ideas for the February printables, but let me know in the comments below if you have any quotes that you love that are about love or friendship, because this month's theme, I know it's Valentine's Day in February, but I don't want to just narrow it to mushy couple love. I want to make this month's theme about friendship and love. So let me know if there's any quotes that you like about friendship and love, and I might brush script some of them for your printables or even your art print. But yes, let me know what you like. I also really want to have a go at making some tiny word stickers for you guys too, as a printable. So that it may just be a cut up, well, if you don't have a silhouette, it may just be a cut apart that you could use. But yes, leave it with me. Let's branch it out, not just quotes, but any words or phrases that you love about friendship or love. Let me know. So this is the card that I struggled with getting. I should have fast forwarded this a little bit, but it was so difficult to get up because the sticker paper is very, very thin. If you print your own, does anyone print their own stickers at home? Because do you have a particular brand of sticker paper that you enjoy using? Because I'd love to print out some stuff that I have created for the printables and actually use them as stickers and try and use. Someone sent me a silhouette which is incredible. Aaron's had to play around with it. I'm very scared of it, but I would love to try and make some of my own things to use in my projects, because stickers are the queen of ease when it comes to scrapbooking supplies, because you literally stick and plonk them down. You don't need to add any extra adhesive. So I did quite a few of these ones that had the words going up the side, and my intention was not for them to be used horizontally. The intention is for them to be used vertically, but I've noticed that I've been drawn to pocket page cards at the moment that do have words going vertically. Yes, vertically. I had to work out vertical or horizontal just then, and I've just been really enjoying the look of them where the words are going one way and then maybe you're journaling or a photo is going the other way. So that's just what I'm loving at the moment. So I'm almost finished here, and then you'll get a look at all of the cards. And I laid them all out, and I had made 17 and I couldn't put them nicely, so I did end up making one more card sneakily off camera so that I could have 3 nice rows of 6 cards, because it was just annoying me that they didn't look as nice in a photo. And we're all done. So overall, I had a few Archie interruptions that you probably didn't pick up on, because I cut it and fixed them together. But overall, it probably took me an hour and a half to make these. You can make them on the couch, you can make them if you go away somewhere. It was really easy, but look at how many stickers I have left. It's ridiculous. All right, guys, let me know in the comments if there's any more how to get the most out of supplies that you'd like to see me do, and I'm happy to film some videos for you on that. And I'll see you guys in a few days with another video. Bye.